Hi there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 30th of June. There are some very complex influences going on this week, and one of them runs on from last, when Mars and Uranus were in a dust-up, an opposition, and they're going to continue to be so through to this Friday. This suggests that your desire to have your say, to speak out, speak your truth, is going to be quite compelling. And that actually can be really good, especially if you're someone who tends to be more reserved or considers the feelings of others. Perhaps there is a situation which does require you to be more frank, but you do need to use this power wisely, because if you're rash in what you say, you could say the wrong thing to the wrong person. And part of the difficulty is that the Sun is locked in a quite secretive part of your scope, and it's in opposition this week with Pluto. This suggests some psychological or even physical issues can creep into your situation, very much ones to do with obligations. And Uranus has been challenging that. If you've been tuning into me over the last few years, you'll know that Uranus has continually been tangling with Pluto, urging you to try to get a better balance between what you do for yourself and what you do for others. But it's not easy, of course, especially if you have children, a responsible job, or you just want to be caring towards your friends, which is a very Leo trait. But there may be a situation this week which reaches a bit of a make or break point, and perhaps your exasperation can get to the point where you just feel you can't deal with it as it is any longer, and it could, quite frankly, be linked to your work. And one of the problems is you may be dealing with some politics, and those politics may not necessarily be favourable to you. And that means if you did speak out in a very blunt way, as I suggested at the start of this video, it might not actually be the best way to deal with this, or it might. It just depends. These kind of situations are very complex. But with Mercury, the planet of communication, twisting backwards still in Gemini, and Venus in that area too, those are your sectors of friendship. But you have to be aware that people may be weighing up a situation for how it is going to influence them. So if it's anything to do with your job, and however well you normally get on with people, there could be a pecking order that's changing and shifting, and you just need to be conscious of what and why this may be. And also in the early part of this week, Venus is tangling with Neptune. And if there is a friend that you're finding yourself being drawn more and more towards, particularly from a romantic viewpoint, you really need to keep your wits about you. Funnily enough, later in the week, Venus forges an absolutely stunning link with Uranus, and you could have a surprise invitation to go out on a date or a connection with someone which really sets you alive and your pulse racing, and it could be with someone very different to you. However, in an ordinary situation, if there is someone in your circle that you are friendly with and you're drawing closer together, then just be conscious, especially if you are, either one of you is already involved, of what the political fallout from this could be. Now later in the week there is a quarter moon, and this quarter moon suggests that it's important that as the week draws to a close, that any information that's shared with you on a confidential basis, that you keep it very close to your chest. Someone may be watching how you react. So if someone does entrust a confidence with you, do keep it absolutely. As the week draws to a close though, that sparkling influence between Uranus and Venus can see you wanting to be with the people you know you can rely upon, and there could be some kind of invitation that just comes in at the last minute, which really sees you ending the week on a much more positive note. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.